Hello. Are you in the middle of an employment gap? I'm going to talk about resume gaps today, and it's going to be just a quick video for you, but I've been getting a lot of questions recently from paralegals who are dealing with gaps on their resume. So a couple of different ways or methods, I would say, that you can approach this is, first of all, are you in the middle of it now? Are you in the middle of that resume gap where you've taken some time off of work, maybe to care for a relative or to have a baby or whatever it is, or you just got burnout, right? I did a podcast episode on paralegal burnout on that topic, how to avoid it, how to prevent it. So if that's you, go listen to that. I'll put a link to it in the description here. But one of the things that I want to talk about is if you're in the middle of that gap, even if you think you're never going to go back to work for a law firm, a lot of times what happens is after taking a little bit of a break, you decide you do want to go back. So what you want to do is right now, do things that fill that gap a little bit. Stay active in your local paralegal association, take a course or two, depending on how long your gap is going to be for, add a new certification, volunteer, maybe for the legal aid, do things that you can put on your resume. Let's say in a couple of years, you decide you are going to go back and work as a paralegal. You can address that in your cover letter and say, during that 2-year gap, I stayed active in my local paralegal association. I kept up current on events and trends in the legal profession. And I took the following courses to advance my skills. So that's if you're in the middle of it now. So then you might be saying, well, what if I already had that gap? And maybe you've been at your current position for 3 years and that gap was prior. If that's the case and you didn't do any of those things and you can't address something like that in the cover letter, then just be honest, but address it in the cover letter and say, I took a 2-year hiatus from employment because of XYZ. So that's my advice. But best advice is if you're going to do the gap, then make sure you're doing things to stay current. Think of it like this. If you're an employer hiring someone and they haven't done anything to advance their skills and they've been out of the job market for 2 years, a lot of things can change, depending especially on the practice area that you're working in or want to go in. Now, one other note that I would add is if it's a gap after you got your paralegal certificate, maybe you're in that gap right now and having a hard time finding a job, do the same thing. While you're looking for that first position, while you're trying to get your foot in the door, do those things. Volunteer for legal aid. Stay active in your local paralegal association. Take a course or two. Get another certification. So that's it for today. Resume gaps and how to fill them. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.